Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. Did you know that 75 to 90% of Jewish organizations are going to have to look for new leaders in the next 5 to 7 years? So where are these leaders coming from? We had the opportunity to attend Advancing Jewish Professionals event in New York City to learn more. Let's take a closer look. Retention is an important part of any organization's plan. And in the Jewish communal field, it's really been a new way of looking at how things work. So tell us a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, so Leading Edge was started a little over 2 years ago to really deal with exactly that. There's a recruitment and retention issue in the Jewish community, and we believe that you first have to tackle recruitment or retention, and then recruitment will follow. So Leading Edge was brought to life really by 15 funders who saw that there was a leadership pipeline real problem in the Jewish community. We don't have a bench. We don't have the kind of leadership development that is necessary to lead to a pipeline that once a CEO steps down, there are 50 candidates both within the organization and outside that could really take over. So that's our mandate, to really build the leadership pipeline for the Jewish community, and we try to do that through some culture work, so really looking at how can we make Jewish organizations great places to work. Also looking at the lay leadership piece of the pie, so making boards better and real partners with professionals, and then also looking at new CEOs and really their first 18 months, and how can we onboard them better and give them the kind of runway to really succeed.
One of the things that is actually kind of interesting is that this is new. Like this isn't like, but it's not a new concept.
It's not.
But it's like, oh, you know what? We should actually think about this.
Exactly, and we're so late to the party.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
This is not new. We always knew in the Jewish community and in the world of the United States in particular, there are demographic shifts happening. The boomers are aging. We've got the Generation X, which is next and smaller, and there's a leadership gap, and some would call it a leadership cliff that we're kind of headed to, and we're late to the party.
Yeah, and there's always opportunities, to grow, and looking at some of the stats, it's actually staggering.
Yeah.
Having worked in the Jewish community field for a number of years, and seeing there's people who have either left the field, and something come back or whatever, but you're now seeing these shifts, and now people are thinking, okay, where do I fit?
Yeah. It's part of the greater change of just the nature of work. We no longer live in a world where work is like a career ladder. It's now a lattice. So people do, like you said, they go out, they come back in. There are tours of duty now, not 30-year careers. They're 3 years tour of duty in APAC or a UJA, and then you move on and potentially go to school or go out of the sector and then come back in. And that's really part of just the nature of just change in society, which the Jewish community is now just starting to meet that kind of challenge and opportunity.
What's the best advice you can give to young professionals that are considering moving on, or to are hoping to move up that ladder? What's that advice you can say, stick with it, there's opportunities?
Yeah, I would say make sure that you have that internal drive kind of running. While we in the Jewish community really do want to lay out the red carpet and make sure that people have the career pathways and gateways, it really is up to the person to manage up, to really lead and carve out their own path. I would say just keep at it. That kind of tenacity and perseverance is really, that's what's going to make a career no matter where you are.
Going into the Jewish communal field is, everyone has their story. So tell us a little bit about your story. Why did you decide to go into the Jewish communal field?
So it's a great question. I think that a lot of it for me came down to mentors, people that I admired, and really through experience. I always loved camp. I think everyone loves camp, but the more I became immersed in it, the more I realized that the law school, med school, business school path, was not where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to do. It's where I wanted to focus my time, and I haven't turned back.
Yeah, I think that the makeup of a Jewish community professional, if it's a fundraiser or a programmer, even an admin, everyone has the DNA, why they want to make a difference in the community. But a lot of people don't understand what it means to be a Jewish community professional. So, how do you what's your definition of someone who wants to go into the field of Jewish community service?
I think one of the beauties of the field, and one of the things that perhaps also is a struggle for some, is that you can come at it from every side. Some professionals have a really kind of rigid trajectory. Higher ed, you have to be tenured. Law firms, you got to kind of rise the ranks. Almost every field, you can come into the field from any side, bringing all that DNA, specialization, interest together. So I think that's one of the beauties of it. I think that is one of the issues that we sometimes struggle with in terms of retention, in terms of meeting expectations, making sure that people are really growing and not stagnating. But I don't see it as an obstacle. I see it as an opportunity.
One of the things that I've read and sort of some studies about the percentage of CEOs and executives that are going to be retiring in the next 5 years is staggering.
Yeah.
And you're involved in the process of trying to figure out how to make sure that there is actually a plan. Because I've been through a lot of different organizations, and a lot of times they're so focused on, let's say, their fundraising goal, that they don't actually. It's like we'll figure that out. It's actually not on their docket. I mean, now it's a little bit more because different organizations are now coming forward, but. Tell us a little bit about what's happening now in the field.
So, in terms of the field as a whole, I think you're correct. I think it's pretty clear that we're reaching a place of urgency. We're reaching a place where there's going to be a pretty significant transition of the baby boomer generation, and we need to make sure that we have the pipeline to fill it. One thing that we do in organizations that I work with and consult for is we create what I call a Plan A strategy, which is that we hire and we move all human resource activity around the goal, which also means that we're going to be looking for different things and different skills and different specializations, not even based on just filling this position and that, because that could become dizzying and frankly it could become paralyzing, because sometimes even the big roles that we supposedly need to fill, we actually don't. So I actually don't see it, I see it's a challenge, I'm not going to deny that, but I think we might be looking at some things the wrong way. I think we need to sometimes press a reset and really make sure that we're hiring and growing people around our goal of where we need to be, inclusive of the building, the facility, and almost everything that we do. It's not to challenge the mission. It just means how we're delivering that mission. I think it's something that we need to be thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I've seen in organizations that sometimes young professionals feel like once they get to, let's say, even middle management, where if they're innovative or they have different types of ideas, they sometimes feel like that they're stuck. What's the best advice to give to someone who is in that situation where they still have that passion, they have that drive, and they want to continue? What do you tell that person?
So it's a great question. I mean, I think it's the right question. I'm a believer in right people, right seats, right time, and those are really important ingredients. And that's not cliche. You got to make sure that you're always growing and moving in the right direction. And sometimes that means out. Meaning sometimes you need to be thinking outside and getting that guidance and making sure that it's not about hitting walls, it's about maybe expanding your horizons. So I think those are healthy conversations. The key is that it shouldn't happen then.
Right.
I think that's the key. The key is that you're having it all along and that the organization has sort of a very open, transparent culture. Other systems are much more brutal. In certain law firms, year 3, you're out. They don't even give you a chance. And so I think one other thing that for perspective is that there's a return on investment for our alumni. We run a program called Find Them, Grow Them, Keep Them, where we essentially try to create a momentum of growth within our organization. But there's another platform called Bulidng. Our educational systems are all about growing people outside. And I actually believe that the return on investment, when you put people in the right trajectory, including outside, I think it pays dividends because it works in business and I think it can work in our community. It comes back as in the form of donors. It comes back in the form of ambassadors, people that get you. And I think it's all about how you approach it. And I think it can work in a very, very efficient. And actually, I think the investment in the long run will be even more.
So Foundations came together to form a new organization to help sort of with that thinking. Tell us a little bit about how that's going right now.
It's been incredible. We were engaged in a lot of this work, thinking about it. When you have a baseline of how you compare to the industry, to the cohort you're in, there's a certain peer pressure I think that kicks in. There's a certain opportunity to see even actually where you're good. It's not about celebrating saying we're the best. You actually can see where you fall, and it creates a certain dynamic, which I found to be incredible. You feel like you're part of something. And I think this is the type of area, human resource in particular, where everyone can have unique missions, and they may even compete one against the other in a camp setting or something like that. When it comes to being better at what we do, everyone wants to be better. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to succeed. And I think that's actually been one of the great outcomes, that we're meeting people, really in outside spheres that we never crossed paths with, I'm all too glad to talk to them about how we're better at what we do, because we don't sell iPhones. I could train an entire sales force selling iPhones,
Right.
and I think we can make them better. But the iPhone sells.
Sure.
We only have the people. We're selling missions. We're selling visions and ideas. All we have are the people in front of the classroom, the people in front of the boardroom who are presenting what they're talking about. And as good as they are, is as good as we're going to be in terms of our bottom line. So how could we not invest in that? We don't have any other products. So in my opinion, this needs to be the most important thing that we invest in. And thankfully, with leading edge and organizations like that taking the lead, we'll play a small part in it.
As a nonprofit professional, you've been working for the OU for a number of years, and you actually have an interesting story, because a lot of professionals actually go to different organizations.
Right.
So tell us, what was your passion? Why did you get into the Jewish community field?
That's an excellent question. I grew up in a traditional home to two Israeli parents. There's a lot of family in Israel, and I went to Hebrew school, and I went to Hebrew high school and public school, and it was just always something that was on my mind to go to visit family in Israel. And I really enjoyed that. And I also enjoyed doing stuff with computers. And I never thought that I could combine the two passions to one another. I found an opportunity with NCSY and OU to really bring two passions together, and I've been blessed that they enjoy working with me, I enjoy working with them the past 7 years or so, and it's keeps growing, so I'm able to stay with them.
And right now, I guess you're a mid-executive. Do you have that goal? Is there another do you see opportunity now? One of the things we're actually discussing tonight is retention.
Right.
I think so. What are you seeing? With you and your other friend colleagues, is there a plan?
That's an excellent question. For me personally, I feel like I found myself a niche.
Yeah.
So I don't think it follows necessarily the traditional trajectory. So I'm going to sort of ride this wave until I can no longer do so. But I think in terms of in the Jewish space, I think with the work with Leading Edge and Gali, there's a lot of talk going on right now, and it has translated, as hopefully you'll hear tonight, into serious talk in the OU about these paths. So I think that people are optimistic about it, and sometimes even in moments of frustration, they might not feel that way, but they know that they have an outlet to have these conversations, which is something that's new, and I think it's promising for them. So yeah, I think people are optimistic.
As you can see, strategy is key for succession, and Jewish organizations need to start planning now. And organizations like Leading Edge is providing the tools to ensure a strong and vibrant Jewish community for years to come. This is Aaron Herman, and thanks for watching.